Doing a little laser work up here at Nolin. We got our laser man extraordinaire, Chris. Say hey to the camera, Chris. Oh yeah, I told you he does more than just put touch-up paint on dryers. Yes, sir. That is 1/2 inch thick plate steel. Our laser's like one big giant Etch-a-Sketch. That's the best way to describe it. The table moves forwards and backwards, and the actual torch head moves side to side. And when they work together, it makes circles, lines, angles. This is the first piece in a series of pieces that it'll be cutting out. We run a Mazak Mark II Super Turbo. As you can see, it's cut first piece and it's dropped. What we're doing here is it's called common line cutting, where basically there's 4 edges of that first piece. Well, there's 4 edges of the second one, but we only have to cut 3 lines. So what it does is it cuts out all the holes first, and then it goes back and cuts the pieces out. Saves a little time. And uses up more of the metal, so we get better usage. But when it makes this last cut, that piece should drop down. And then it'll go working on some more holes for another set. This is the piercing procedure. What it's doing is it's blowing a hole through this metal. May shower sparks in a minute. And now it's going to start cutting out holes. So we'll come back to it in a minute. Alright, so we're back. We're going to cut out the next set. Now this is a full common line cut, 4 pieces at one time. So what it's going to do is it's going to cut out the first piece and cut it on all 4 sides. It's amazing because sometimes we get metal in here that cuts really, really bad, but sometimes we get this good US steel that'll cut extremely well. And right now this stuff's cutting like butter, like a hot knife through butter, not having a bit of problems with it. Good idea of what it's actually doing. But as you can see, it's going to cut 3 lines. Now, there are 4 pieces common line cut together on this one, on this section. Now it's cutting the 3rd line. Now when it gets down to the last one, it's only actually going to have to cut 2 lines. You can see the fire dropping below it right now. Still cutting extremely well. So on this last one, it's only going to take 2 lines to cut, and it's going to be finished. And that's the beauty of common line cutting. See, if I hadn't have done that, it would be cutting each one individually out on its own. The problem with that is the heat buildup. And even though it doesn't look like it, it's really moving at a really good pace too. We're going to come back after it's done so we can see that what got cut out matches what I laid out on the laser cutting program. Alright, so this is what I laid out earlier. These are pieces for a bin frame. They'll have a bin sitting on top of it. These I-beams all be welded up. As you can see right here, this line here, that's what we call our cutoff. And then so we have all this right here, still good metal, left to be used. But there it is from programming, laying it out in the program. We call it nesting, and then it codes it out, writes a code that we transfer from basically my computer to the computer up here at the laser. We enter it all here. Sorry about the glare, it's a little bright today. And that is how we cut out metal on our giant laser powered Etch-a-Sketch.